All right, what is backend development? Well, backend development or backend developers are easier to explain by comparing them to front-end developers. Essentially, front-end development is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's things that are interpreted by the browser and displayed to the customer. Anything else is really considered back-end development. It's going to be the databases, it's going to be the APIs, it's going to be the languages that are running on the servers and actually spitting out the code to the browser. Now, at the surface, it makes it sound like a back-end development job is way harder because there's way more technologies and there's way more clouds and there's different types of languages and everything. And back in the day, that used to be absolutely true. Back-end development was by far the most difficult part of the process, and it even had better pay, to be honest with you. But nowadays, it's not so much. If you'd like more short videos on Tech Lingo, like and subscribe. There's more on the way each week. If you're watching this video right now and you're trying to compare which one of these paths you want to go on, really there's a few things to consider. Front-end developers are really heavily focused on the thing that the user interacts with, right? It's going to be what's happening in the browser at the time that it's happening. A back-end developer is much more focused on server response times and writing the underlying code that's going to make sure that something works all the time. There are some advantages to back-end development, one of them mainly being that all of your code is certainly installed on a server or a cluster or some sort of other, container orchestration or whatever it may be. And that means that once you get it right and it's working correctly, it generally stays that way. So there's definitely two different ways to look at this, right? Front end is only three different things, where back end is a bunch of different things. But at the same time, you get a little bit more stability, a little more predictability, we'll say. I would also add that if you're not the kind of person that has a visual flair, for example, like you don't have a bit of a design mind and you don't exactly like to focus on how things look and how they interact, then back end development is certainly for you. You can definitely focus more on data and deliverability and server response times and reliability and other things like that, which are certainly important for any web application, but not so much what the customer experiences. All right, so that was back-end development as fast as possible. Thanks for stopping by, and until next time, happy coding.